Good afternoon. Thank you for taking time to look at the Bromberg issue. Just to give you a little background, I was on the school board for 8 years, appointed once, elected twice, and then I was at Bromberg School Board and it was closed. But we were facing a deficit type of problem looking at it. We turned our budget around and everything. This was years ago, of course. So I do have an experience of being on a school board and knowing what it is all not on the school board now. I'm on the current finance committee from the board. I was appointed to that. And I serve with appreciation to be able to get our school district back on track. Some of the times we don't exactly receive all the information from the same or similar sources from the school district and the finance committee, because we get conflicting information. Today I heard we have a stabilized enrollment. Well, actually our enrollment's been going down for the past couple of years. And there's documentation on that that will be provided to you by the school district, I'm sure. Actually, I'm really here to find out what kind of response the ISBE is going to give to our school district, what kind of direction it's going to have, what kind of involvement it's going to have. I think we need to get into the financial situation quite deeply. I really think you need an independent auditor assigned by your board to look at the financial situation and make sure what's going on is going on. Things that I hear are not necessarily greatest. Ever since apparently FY 2004 was mentioned here, I believe, by Deb, that there were deficits and the board apparently wasn't able to face them, and we've heard up to last year that we're in fine financial condition now, all of a sudden we're $2-3 million in the hole, we have big problems. We need a 45-cent referendum increase, which most likely is not going to pass. And that's my concern. When it's not going to pass, what are we going to do? Well, we're sitting there spending money right now and continue to spend money for everything that we need to, like electricity, etc. Where are we going to get the money to operate the district if we don't pass that referendum? I'd like the ISBE to come up with about $3-4 million, get us back on track and zero it out. So the numbers that have zero negative balances in our education fund are zero, and we could go ahead that way. And I think this would affect the kids, and I heard earlier in another presentation that we are mostly concerned about the impact on the students, teachers, and children in the district, and that would really give us a good impact. Catching up to time. But also,
I think you'd have to get behind several other districts who are really requesting.
Well, no, we want to be number one. Let them get behind us. A biggest part of all expenditures in a school district is payroll. Over 80+% of the school district's expenditures is payroll. I would like to see the reduction of this payroll costs as well, not just try to get $3 million out of paper and electricity costs and how much we could kill a $3,000 band program or something else like that. And I just put the number 3,000 out as a relatively small amount compared to $3 million. I would prefer to see what we have going educational-wise. That is not a problem. I appreciate the way it's going, and I'd like to see it go that way. Unfortunately, the biggest expenditures are with the teachers' contracts. I think there needs to be a limiting factor on that. I think it has to be an open, across-the-board reduction there in the schedules of the teachers' contracts. They can continue to go up. While people, and like my daughter, for example, she got her 15% cut, and she works in a company that actually produces revenue. She got her 15% cut. I hear of a lot of people getting 5 and 5 consecutive cuts in their payroll. How are we going to finance a district that needs $3 million when people continue to get cuts and we just raise taxes? So I'd like to see some sort of limit on that as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much for hearing me, and I appreciate knowing what your activities are and what you're going to do step by step. If you have any questions.
Did you previously testify before a school board meeting and convey the same information?
finance.
No, I'm on the
You
finance.
pointed to our
yeah.
finance committee, which has been meeting since last February.
So you've expressed these things.
Yes, right. And I've, you know, asked, there seems to be a reluctance to opening teachers' contracts to make a reduction, or at least hold it, you know, the current rate for this year, but that is just being ignored for some reason completely. But that's 80% of the cost.
Thank you
you
so
very
much.
much, I appreciate it.
I
And-
just real quick to make a comment about our